Even though Brigitte Lin retired more than 3 decades ago, she is still remembered as an enduring icon of beauty, a beauty hailed as a once-in-50 years phenomenon in Chinese cinema. Many peers have expressed their admiration and praised her beauty and charisma, whether playing female or male roles. Born into a family with no one pursuing art, Brigitte Lin was scouted in 1972 on the streets of Taipei by a film producer after she finished women's high school. Lin debuted in the romantic drama film Outside the Window, directed by Sung Soon-shu. Due to a copyright dispute, the film was initially banned in Taiwan and not released there until later. Lin played the protagonist Zhang Yanrong, lacking parental affection, falls deeply in love with her teacher Nan Kang, despite their 20-year age gap, leading to a forbidden romance condemned by society. They part ways to protect their reputations. However, Nan loses his job after her graduation, and Yanrong attempts suicide but is saved by her mother. Yanrong later endures an abusive marriage to Li Liwei before seeking Nan again, only to find him broken and unrecognizable. After Outside the Window, Brigitte Lin's career skyrocketed as she starred in numerous films. In the 1970s alone, she appeared in over 50 films, many of which were adaptations of works by Chiung Yao. This was also the peak of the romantic film genre in Taiwan. The formula for box office success at the time was two chins to Lin's, referring to a group of 4 talented actors who frequently appeared together in romantic films of that era. They are Chin Han, Charlie Chin, Brigitte Lin, and Joan Lin. Cloud of Romance is a notable film from this period. The story revolves around a love triangle between Tuan Wanlu, Ku Yulan, and Meng Chao. Ku and Tuan are childhood sweethearts growing up together and have a very close relationship. Things change when Meng appears. Tuan is attracted by his handsome appearance. Ku witnesses this change in Tuan, and despite his heartache, continues to love her deeply. An accident reveals Tuan's true identity as an illegitimate child. Her social standing plummets, and amid the criticism and gossip, her relationship with Meng ends. Ultimately, Tuan marries Ku, but shortly after, Ku dies in an accident. Becoming a widow at a young age, and unable to bear the ostracism and humiliation from her in-laws, Tuan suffers a mental breakdown and obsessively muttering, "I am a piece of cloud." The 1980s saw a significant shift in Brigitte Lin's career. Following a series of romantic scandals, she moved her career to Hong Kong, integrating into the Hong Kong New Wave. Brigitte Lin's breakthrough came with the 1981 thriller Love Massacre, directed by Patrick Tam. The theme of the film is about love and brutality. Ivy and Fu Zhuzhong are deeply in love. Their meeting in America is due to Zhuzhong's sister, Joy, attempting suicide. Joy wants to follow her lover Louis, but Louis has no feelings for her and is instead interested in Ivy. Joy, carrying the weight of death, takes her own life, driving her brother Zhuzhong to the brink of collapse. Back in Hong Kong, Fu Zhuzhong's personality changes drastically. He murders his wife before fleeing to America. Desperate to see Ivy again, he brutally murders all of Ivy's roommates, then fatefully dies in front of her. In 1983, Brigitte Lin starred in The Warriors from the Magic Mountain, directed by Tsui Hark. Director Tsui didn't see her as merely a decorative character or a melancholic beauty, like in Chiung Yao films. He saw in her a powerful aura, a cold, sharp beauty that could pierce through the screen. This continued in their second collaboration, the film Peking Opera Blues. Brigitte Lin played Sao Wan, a staunch patriot and the daughter of a general. She is unwilling to see her father help Yuan Shikai borrow huge sums of money from foreign banks in the name of the nation, further exacerbating the country's financial woes. Torn between her duty to the country and her father, Taiwan is caught in a dilemma. Meanwhile, Bai Niu grew up in the Chunhei opera troupe, has a passion for opera but no chance to perform. And Xiong Hung is a greedy courtesan, stealing a large chest of jewels from a fleeing warlord's home, inadvertently bringing the jewels into the Chunhei troupe. These three meet by chance, and through the intertwining of their lives, they weave an epic tale of love, sacrifice, and patriotism. During this decade, Brigitte Lin also collaborated with another big name, Jackie Chan, on Fantasy Mission Force and especially Police Story, in which she portrayed the drug lord's secretary becoming a crucial witness after turning against her boss. Brigitte Lin returned to star alongside Chin Han in Red Dust, the film that earned her the Best Actress award at the Golden Horse Awards. The film was adapted from Sun Mao's work of the same name. It tells the story of writer Shun Xiaohua falling in love with Zhang Nengkai, who serves the Japanese army and does traitorous things. Xiaohua introduces Nengkai to her best friend Yufeng. One day, the three of them go out together, but they happen to encounter the Japanese army setting up a checkpoint and humiliating Chinese people. Nengkai's identity is exposed and Yufeng finds him disgusting. As the situation changes and Japan is defeated, the government arrests traitors everywhere. Nengkai hides in a remote rural area. Xiaohua finds him in a farmhouse, only to find that he is living with a widow to cover his tracks and survive. The next-door neighbor, Yu, who has long harbored unspoken feelings for Xiaohua, steps in to care for her when Yufeng is killed during an anti-government protest. Xiaohua survives with Yu's support and later meets the impoverished Nengkai. On the eve of liberation, Yu uses gold bars to buy 2 tickets for the last ship to Taiwan and wants to take Xiaohua away from the mainland. However, Xiaohua sends Nengkai onto the ship instead. Yu also gives up the opportunity to leave and stays to take care of Xiaohua. 40 years later, Nengkai returns to the mainland to find his lover, and only finds Xiaohua novel White Magnolia. The early 90s witnessed Brigitte Lin achieve the zenith of her stardom through transformative roles in Hong Kong wuxia cinema. Her most iconic role was Dongfang Bubai in the 2 Swordsman films, adaptations of Jin Young's novel, The Smiling Proud Wanderer. Director Tsui Hark, the producer of both films, after the success of Peking Opera Blues with Brigitte Lin, decided to offer her the role of Dongfang Bubai, even though author Jin Young himself thought it wasn't the right choice, as she was too beautiful to portray the demeanor of a cult leader. Ultimately, Tsui Hark was right. He and Brigitte Lin created an iconic character Dongfang Bubai that no subsequent adaptation has surpassed. In Swordsman 2, Dongfang Bubai overthrows Ren Wuxing, seizes control of the Sun Moon cult and secretly plots with some Japanese Renin to start a rebellion against the Ming Empire. He undergoes self-castration to master the forbidden martial arts manual, granting supernatural martial prowess, but transforming his appearance and demeanor into something strikingly feminine. He happens to meet Linghu Chong, a member of the Mount Hua sect. Linghu, without knowing Dongfang Bubai's true identity, mistakes him for a woman and falls in love with him. Dongfang Bubai knocks out Linghu and imprisons him near Ren Wuxing. Linghu and Ren then escape from captivity together. In the climax battle, Dongfang Bubai duels Linghu and Ren's forces. He plummets off the cliff, seemingly to his death, allowing Ren Wuxing to reclaim the cult. In Swordsman 3, following Dongfang Bubai's apparent death, the Jianghu sinks into chaos as it lacks a dominant figure to maintain the status quo, spawning imposters claiming her name to seize power and form rival sects. One of Dongfang Bubai devoted lovers, Su Chen-sun, rebuilds the Sun Moon holy cult while impersonating him. Imperial Admiral Gu Changfeng discovers Dongfang Bubai's survival and persuades him to return to the Jianghu. He unleashes his fury and starts a bloodbath by eliminating all the imposters. He decides to realize his ambition to unite the Jianghu under his rule. Gu Chengfeng realizes that Dongfang Bubai has gone out of control, so he leads the Imperial Navy to fight Dongfang Bubai and his alliances. In the ensuing naval battle, all the warships are destroyed and Dongfang Bubai emerges victorious after defeating Gu Chengfeng. Su Chen soon dies in the battle, and Dongfang Bubai, holding his beloved concubine in his arms, becomes utterly disheartened. Another Brigitte Lin's icon character was white-haired Lian Nichang in Raniyu, the bride with white hair. During the late Ming dynasty, Zhuo Yihong, a chivalrous swordsman of the Wu Dang sect, leads a coalition force formed by the 8 major martial arts sects in the Jianghu to destroy an evil martial arts cult. Zhuo Yihong meets Lian Nichang, a young swordswoman of the cult, and falls in love with her. She is an orphan initially raised by wolves before being adopted by Ji Wushuang, the conjoined twins leading the cult. After consummating their romance, Lian Nichang decides to leave the cult and follow Zhuo Yihong in pursuit of an ordinary life, away from the Jianghu. Zhuo Yihong is forced to return to Wu Dang sect, and sees that his fellow Wu Dang members have been killed. It is Ji Wushuang who did it to frame Lian Nichang. Pressured by allies, Zhuo turns his sword on her in a heart-wrenching confrontation. Devastated by this perceived betrayal, Lian Nichang transforms into a vicious white-haired killer and slays all the coalition members present. Zhuo Yihong, after knowing the truth, joins Lian Nichang to defeat and kill Ji Wushuang. However, even after the victory, Lian Nichang vows never to forgive Zhuo Yihong for betraying her. Years later, Zhuo Yihong is alone in a remote mountainous region, guarding a rare flower that is said to bloom only once every several decades, and has the ability to turn white hair back to dark, believing that it can cure the harm he has inflicted on Lian Nichang. In her final roles on the big screen, Brigitte Lin collaborated with Wong Kar-wai in 2 of his acclaimed films. In Chungking Express, she delivered a pivotal supporting role as a mysterious drug smuggler disguised in a blonde wig and dark glasses. In Ashes of Time, she played a person with a split personality, either Murong Yin or Murong Yang, depending on whether the female or male personality is dominant. The role also concluded her successful string of androgynous roles, a signature image that followed her throughout her career. After bidding farewell to the film industry in 1994, Brigitte Lin embarked on a different life and became a writer. She has been writing since her movie days, yet has remained unpublished. It wasn't until director James Hong passed away that she genuinely wanted to write something for her friend, and she finally mustered the courage to publish the article. To her surprise, the response was very good, so she wrote a second and a third article. Then her friend, translation scholar Jin Shenghua, encouraged and urged her to write, and that's how she continued writing. To date, Brigitte Lin has published 4 books including In and Out of the Window, Cloud Goes Cloud Comes, In Front of the Lens Behind the Lens, and Ching Sha Sketches. Brigitte Lin's works are occasionally re-released for younger generations, and she still has loyal audiences continuing to follow her even after her retirement from acting. Many of the characters she once portrayed have been adapted into newer versions, but the beauty and charisma that Brigitte Lin created remain unique. Her non-conforming personas have inspired modern actresses navigating similar genre spaces, fostering greater diversity in representations of women in Chinese film.